lights are on the screen. 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. And they're out and away we go. Onion Barge already gets a drive-through penalty. We've got... Ban's got a terrible start. Who was that? Onion Barge well, he did get, of course, the launch of the line, so he's getting he will have to give that position back. But Thimo has squeezed himself up to P1. Oh, we got Ban's, then he loses at the back. Or sorry, at the front. We've got a Red Bull off at the background. I'll run on board with that in a minute, but we have a Bance battling with Aaron at the moment. Oh, who's this here? We've got Motocrosser going for the inside.
Big accident. Colour Lonely. No, sorry. Mossy Demon went into the back of Wimpy. And Wimpy's a lot of pressure here from Matthias. Matthias going for the move. He's going for the inside line, as is Motocrosser. So Wimpy is dropped the position for the corner, and looks like he's dropped another one to Motocrosser. 3 wide. Oh! 3 wide going into turn 1. They managed to survive just about somehow, but there's 5 cars all fighting over one position now. Onion Barge is in the pits already. What's that about? Lap 4 on the medium.
That's probably his penalty.
Yep, Vance is under pressure from Ag. He tries to close the inside line, but Ag goes for it anyway. Looks like Ag may have this move done. Oh, Vance not giving up on that. He's just holding on to the inside line, but Ag is able to get the position. Yeah, because Bounce is not going to have DRS, even though, it looks like Ag had a really bad run out of the final corner. And Bounce is all over his gearbox right now. Is he going to go for the move? We're on the outside, he is indeed. Oh, nicely done by Bounce. Ag's out. Ag's out. I didn't catch what happened there, but he swam straight into the wall. He has picked up front wing damage.
Oh, but we don't. Bounce holds on and bends up, but he runs really wide, and that gives Silver slips up the inside. But now Bounce is going to come under pressure with Finney as well. Finney was charging up that hill with a lot of speed.
And he goes for the outside move. Oh, it's tight, side by side, but Crimsonian looks
we got a car off the head.
Oh, that was lucky. That was lucky. He was ghosted.
You guys caught in a weave they got there. Like that. Oh, you can't do that, Crimsonian. No, he didn't get a good exit, but Jeremy has got a good exit. I'll run on board with him because it's a better camera. Burke's using defensive. Oh, there's a bit of a... Oh, Burke, you can't do that either.
Ooh, but managed to get the move done. Edward is out of the session. Oh, and his formation colour, I didn't see that.
Car.
Oh.
So Edward's car, Edward's DNF has caused the virtual safety car.
He says don't really have to use Rich too much. It's not really that effective. Oh, virtual safety car is out. Cody's out of the race.
So if you don't mind, boys, I know we're not going to run on the southern bank here, but this is the closest for the last corner, for the last section. Where's Thimo going to make a lunge for it? Timo's going to go too deep. No, he's not going to get it done.
Timo's under pressure from Matthias as well.
Oh, Matthias has got a better run than Thimo. He's going to go down the middle. It's going to be a tight finish the line. Oh, and Thimo just gets it. So it's round 6 of the SLR Tier 2 Championship, and you will join us today at the unforgiving streets of Monaco. The circuit has changed very little from its first basic layout, and it is considered the crown jewel in Formula 1. Joining me today, back from his absence from last week, is Mr. Triton. Hello, Triton.
Hello everyone. Thanks for having me back.
So,
we've got, like you said, an unforgiving race today, so this should be a good one, especially to watch.
Yeah, so what people will instantly see off the bat is that it's going to be nighttime, because I believe there was a little poll done in the SLR Discord server, where people were asking maybe to change it to the nighttime, because I think the issue was coming out of the tunnel. Some people are having difficulty finding their break point, and so the democracy has played out, and we should be in a night race as we see migrating host.
There's no way. There's not.
Surely.
Oh, great. Okay. No. Okay. I think Silver's game crashed again. That's okay though. We might have to just quickly redo this lobby.
Yes, if we have to redo the lobby, unfortunately, people, I will have to probably switch back to the starting screen. Starting soon screen. Oh, well, I have. Hang on a minute. That's actually a bit too loud for the people. I forgot to adjust that. I believe 6 is where it goes.
Silver is still in the game. I don't understand why it's migrating hosts at the moment. Yeah, they're still going. I'm gonna make sure this is okay. Well, if people are coming out of the pits, I can see.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it says they're not. Oh, no, it says Vance is on an out lap for me.
Yeah, same here. So I'm running on board
Alright.
with Bants at the moment. Oh, well, I was.
Oh dear. Oh, everyone's leaving, right? Is that? Yeah, I think we're gonna have to restart. F1 game. Classic. So I think. Yeah, we're getting a new lobby here. Sorry,
Okay.
everyone. Sorry, everyone.
So when the lobby kicks off again, people, we'll be right back. So stay tuned. Okay, I think that should be it all sorted now. We have a new lobby set up. Hopefully, we don't have any more disconnections and we can get this race underway. Is everything okay, Triton, with the audio levels?
So to me it sounds like I hear it twice. Or like it's echoing a bit. I'm not too sure what that is, but let's just make sure the lobby's working. Is it? It seems to be.
Everything seems to be going okay.
Okay. Yes. So, is there a computer on in your background, or is anything on in your background? Because it might be that.
The only thing on in the background would be Kitty's computer, but she doesn't have any volume on because she has her headsets connected.
Then that's weird. I don't know then. Let me try listening again. Let me see if it's fixing itself or not. But we're getting going here. That is the important thing.
We are getting going here, and anyone in particular, Triton, you would like to run on board with for your hot lap rundown? I'm currently on board with Matthias.
Yes. Okay. So, I believe I didn't get to catch up. Oh no, I did just catch up. He came P7, I believe, or P6
Yeah.
after the end of the race. But that was actually overruled because if you look on board both of them, Thimo was ahead of him when he crossed the line by a little bit, and there was, I believe, the penalty system was enough for the both of them, or so it wouldn't matter. So Thimo was bumped up one position. So
Well, I have the tier 2 standings on the stream at the moment for anyone that wants to have a quick rundown on them just before we kick off qualifying.
okay, let's see. So what do we have? As soon as the stream pops up for me.
Well, I've taken them down now, but basically Silver's sitting up at P1 at the moment with 85 points, Onion with 68, and Matthias with 66.
Okay, so that means this championship, even though we're only 6 rounds in, of course we have 21 rounds to go in total, but this is wide open for anyone, and proving our point that we said in Australia, that this is going to be a hell of a season to watch. But now we're going to ride on board here for the hot lap of Monaco, the best hot lap of the season in my opinion. As we go into turn 1, Sandoval, take as much inside curb as you can there without invalidating. Now go up the hill through Beau Rivage up to the left-hander of Massenet, where Silver's going to break before that white line there. Hug the left as much as you can, and then chuck it into Casino Square. He nearly hits the wall, but controls it. Avoid the bump there, going into Mirabeau here, and hug the left hand or the right hand side as much as you can. Now into the hairpin, the slowest corner on the F1 calendar. Very slow, and then get a best exit you can into Portier 1. After that curb ends, turn into Portier 2, chuck the car in, now flat through the tunnel, chuck or get as much speed as you can here. Fourth or level 4 on the ERS, I believe, overtake at the 100 meter board, brake going into the Nouvelle chicane, hug the inside and then slow down for the second part. Now coming up here into Tabac at the 50 meter board on the brakes there, slow in and fast up for Matthias. Now through the swimming pool, fast section here, very quick through these 4 corners here. Now up to Raskaz, slow, easy to lock up through these corners here. Now through Anthony Noge to finish off the lap. Silver's most likely going to hug the inside line here to get the best run to the line, and that is a lap of Monaco where he goes for he does a 1:12.2.
Not bad, although I think the pole position should be around about 1 minute 9, roughly.
Yeah, I'm thinking it'll be in the upper 1 minute 9s or the low 1 minute 10s. But yeah. Meanwhile, I'm riding on board with Vance here to see how he's approaching the lap. As there's actually a Renault off the track, that's Verk at Nouvelle, letting Thimo and Vance both through. So very wisely, not getting in their way.
Silver just goes top there with the 1 minute 10.6, pretty much 1 minute 10.7.
So this is looking good. So keep in mind there is or I believe there is a band 10.3 also. Sorry if you hear that, my window is open and there is a very loud motorcycle going down my street. But yeah, I don't know if you guys can pick that up.
No,
but,
I can't hear it.
Okay, good, but because that was really loud from my perspective. So, but yeah, 10-minute 3 already off the bat for Vance. I mean, he was telling me before the race that he thinks he has a good shot at this if he can keep it out of the wall. Then I also believe if anyone can keep it out of the wall, they have a good chance. But Vance has shown, I mean, that he's got a lot of pace here, I think.
We've got a Renault in the wall. It's must be Verk, is it?
It's Inferno Koi. No, yeah, he's...
Oh, sorry, Inferno.
Hopefully he gets it moved. Or yeah, he gets out of the way quickly there. Waits for the gap, but nearly interrupts his teammate.
Yeah, we've seen in the Formula 2 tier, which will be tomorrow if anyone wants to tune in. I think it was Smeltino who got spun in the beginning, just before the castle section in Baku, and by trying to turn the car, he went the wrong way and got disqualified. So the game is pretty unforgiving in situations like that. You need to get the car turned pretty quickly. But what's do you have any heads up in terms of the best tire strat for a dry Monaco? I would assume it's a one-stop.
I believe it should be a fairly straightforward one-stop soft to mediums. I believe you can go like 10 or 11 laps on the soft tires and then finish the race on the mediums. If tire wear is a problem, you can definitely go to the hards, because the hards will most definitely go the distance.
Mm.
But yeah, as I mentioned, I think it was after Baku, um, or during Baku, the tire wear or the tire wear update came, so it is much easier to one stop a lot of the tracks now. Like
Yeah.
Bahrain, I believe I think we saw Onion Barge get away with it, but it was he was a little bit on edge in the end with tire wear, and because the initial tire wear you have on the first stint is really massive, or it was really massive with that original tire wear bug or whatever it was in the or in the first patch or in the beginning patches. But now the tire wear is much easier to manage. Better, you can push a little bit more on your outlap and inlap, and you'll have a lot fresher tires for the start of the race.
Mm. Just running on board with keyboard Magnussen with his set of hards on, and I mean,
Let's keep in mind. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but we gotta point something out here.
yeah,
It's a keyboard in Monaco.
that's what I was just about
I
to
want to see
say.
what he does. I want to see how he does because yeah, I think you or I was talking about it earlier. The controller here or the pad in general is pretty tough to manage, let alone a keyboard. So
Well, that's what I
we'll
was
see
going
how.
to point out that not only is he on the less grippy tire, but he's also on the keyboard, and I know we have gone on quite a bit about it, but it you can't give the man any enough credit because to do it on the keyboard just in any track is difficult, but to do it on Monaco and not be
Yeah,
last, you know.
yeah. Especially to not hit the barriers. I think that's the problem. I struggle immensely with this track just because I'm inconsistent with or with my turn in and everything, and especially on like if I can't do that on a wheel, to do it on a keyboard. But we'll be watching Keyboard Magnuson to see how he does um, in the race, especially because as we know from Mr. Milosh, the race is where the points are scored. So
One thing that I was pointing out just before the stream was that in on the TT on Monaco, people are using the wall at the hairpin. Um, we will be looking out for that, but I mean, as you mentioned beforehand, anyone that does that in the race probably just going to lose their front wing.
oh, 100%. Yeah, you can. I don't think you can touch that wall without, or even like slide against it like that and not lose front wing. So I'm hoping the game is not lenient in on that corner for the front wing. But if it is, then we will be cracking down on that. So you be warned. But anyways, riding on board here with there's another Renault off the track there. Maybe might be making space. No, yeah, that's Verk, I think, as Adam, while I wasn't looking, has put it on pole position at the moment with a 110 flat.
I think
So
I think the boys in the chat are saying that my mic sound is coming across like there's some kind of sound effect on it, but I really don't know what it is because I mean I haven't changed anything.
I'm gonna
And,
check it right now.
in order for me to go out and check it, I would have to kind of alt and tab out, and then the screen will go black. So it's either a case of I try and have a look, or we just try and put up with it. But while you're checking it out for me, Triton, Bance is the first off the 1 minute nines, though it's just in the 1 minute nines, 1 minute 9.992. As we have Vinny has rejoined back.
Yeah, I was getting that sorted out for him. I think he's having some connection issues, but should be okay now. But
Did you,
yeah, the microphone. I don't know what's happening there. I think I think you may need to reconnect it or something. I'm
Yeah.
not too sure.
I'll do that now.
So okay, so I
So
will
you hold the
this down
fort.
for a minute. Yeah. So this is Onion Barge making some space here. So far I think Silver and Matthias or I think yeah Matthias jumps up to P4, but still almost a second off of Vance's time, and Adam is very much just right off that at the moment. So very close between those two. Yeah, 0.02 seconds between Vance and Adam for pole position. So we mentioned this in Baku before I went on my vacation. Adam has put in a lot of work and is improving a lot, especially in qualifying, it seems. So good to see it's still there. especially on a track like Monaco, where it's just really, really hard to keep control of the car half the time. But
So
keeping an eye out.
I've reconnected the mic, Triton. I don't know if that'll make any difference. If it is, if it's still like that, people, I can only apologize. I mean, I haven't changed
I'm
anything.
listening now. Yeah, I'm listening now. It sounds a lot better. Sounds a lot
Okay.
better.
Yeah, because I
So-
haven't changed anything on my settings, so it could be just as you said, a reconnection issue.
Yes. Okay. So we're good now. The technical difficulties are all gone. Sorry for that. For the first part of the stream. It's that's OBS for you. Honestly, I like OBS, but there are some weird glitches that can happen with it.
So it seems like
anyway.
the boys on the hard tires have kind of aborted that. Although it could be just kind of like a feeler lap. It's something I would do as well in qualifying. I see Vinny's retired as well again. I wonder, is he having issues with the DirectX 12?
I think so. I don't know what's happening. I think it's probably DirectX 12. But oh, there's somebody in. No, he's in the wall actually.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
I see
Vinny.
him there. He's in. Yeah, that was him in the wall at before Tabac. Out of Nouvelle there. The chicane after the tunnel. So yeah, quality might come up on him now on his outlap, but yeah, that's Vinny's qualifying over there essentially. He was unlucky with the connection issues, and now yeah, that's not the place you want to start on in Monaco.
In Monaco,
because,
yeah.
Yeah, the qualifying here is probably more important than anywhere else. If you qualify P1, you have a good chance of winning this race. So
Look at a yellow in sector 3 as well. If you, oh, it's Thimo. I'm running on board with Thimo at the moment, and he's 2 seconds.
he's still going for me. Yeah, he's still going for me. Oh, he's nearly loses it going into the hairpin there, but keeps it under control well. As let's see what's happening here. I think Timo's still going on this lap. Oh no, he's not. Never mind. He's cutting that. Okay, I was wrong. We'll check on if I think Jeremy is the next person on the lap here.
Okay.
If he's not aborted. Actually, I think he. Well, no, this is his second lap on these tires. I don't know why he's gonna keep going. He's probably just gonna get it back in the pits now.
Yeah, but I was just saying, generally what I would do in a qualifying is I would run out on like a hard set first, or even a medium set, just to kind of get a feeler for the what the track's feeling like before I really ramp it up. That's why usually I don't set my best time until Jeremy clipping the wall there, turn 1, until the final few minutes. Although I never get P1, so it doesn't really make much of a difference. Oh, Jeremy's hitting every wall.
He's on an in lap, I think. So he's not really. Yeah, he's turned his ERS down. He's coasting it, but yeah, very scary. Smeltino, while we weren't looking, sorry to interrupt again, is P3 at the moment, so looking good for him.
Silver's just starting his lap as well. I think he should improve. Silver, of course, one of the more recent boys to switch to no assists. He's already proven that with his assist that he's pretty tasty. He is currently P1 in the standings, but oh no, sorry, correction. I think that's only in the other 2 SRL league. He has dropped his assist. I think he may still have them in this.
Yeah, I think he has. I don't think he's using Racing Line, but he is not using any in 2 SRL for sure. But I do believe he is. He's still running, I think, ABS and yeah, medium traction. But it's looking good for him. I mean, still.
It looked to me like he cut that.
Oh no, he's hit the wall.
He hit the wall.
Yeah, he's lost front wing. He's lost front wing. So he's got. I think he has another set of tires, but he's gonna have to go to the pits now and come out quickly.
Yeah, I think he cut the corner at the coming out of the tunnel and invalidated his lap.
Yeah, checking on board with Onion Barge as well. Now Onion Barge only P8 after dominating rounds 2 and 3 and putting on a hell of a performance in what was it in Australia as well with Aaron.
Austria had the win, and where was the other one? I have it on the standings, but I don't want to start plastering it all over the screen during qualifying. But yeah, he hasn't been performing in Monaco in the practice races as well, so maybe this type of...
Yeah, sorry to interrupt. He goes P3 there. So, I mean, it should be noted also that he's on a pad, I think. So, as we said, the pad users can struggle on this track. So,
well, in the practice session, on an SLR practice session in Monaco, I think it was yesterday, there was a few of the boys, Onion and even Jensen. Anybody who doesn't know, he's a reserve in the Tier 1, and he really should have a full-time seat because the guy is lightning fast. And Bance actually beat him as well. Oh, we have a Williams with
the off into the wall there. So might off-put some of them.
Oh, Bance hits the wall.
Yeah,
Bance was able to put it on pole. Sorry, in that practice session, beating the likes of Jensen as well. So Bance is pretty handy around the Monaco streets as he's just about to come around the final turn. See where if he improves. 1 minute 9.9. He doesn't improve.
He does not improve.
So did the Williams put him off?
I think Onion Barge is going for another lap on these tires as well. Silver is on his out lap again, so he repaired the front wing and is going out again. Thimo is on his lap right now, so if he can help out his teammate who is sitting on pole position at the moment. Adam has also hit the wall somewhere, I think, and is out of qualifying, so he's only going to be on the front row at least.
So I think Bance is going to go for a second run at it, but I'm currently running on board with Jeremy, who is on his final qualifying lap. We got a yellow in sector 3. Sector 3 seems to be... Oh, Jeremy runs too deep and he clips the wall. That's going to cost him a ton of time. The problem with Monaco is that it's a bit like Spain in some respects, whereby you want to have like a nice fluid kind of smooth motion going, like, you know, just kind of flowing in between corners. Oh, what's Jeremy doing? Jeremy just tried to kill himself.
Let's see if Bance is crossing the line again. He does not improve against, but he is still on pole position. But Onion Barge is right behind him and on a push right now. So let's see as he comes through Rascas. Is he able to claim pole position off of Bance? And yeah, he's coming across the line here now. And that is not enough. He barely improves. So he's going to be P3.
Who else we got? So we got Silver coming around.
Yeah, Silver's coming around. Oh, Wimpy's got to move out of the way though, because he's going to catch up to... or no, he might be good though. This might actually help Silver a bit. Yeah, he's going to get slipstream off of Wimpy, so... Oh, but Wimpy parks it there. That's not smart, but Silver does still get pole position by 1/10 over that. That could have gone...
I wondered did that Ferrari give him a bit of a slipstream, as you say?
I would say that hampered him, actually, because Wimpy, that was a bit dangerous. He just kind of
had to go around him,
on the inside. I mean, if I were Wimpy, I would have gone to the outside and done it, as Quality crosses the line here. He's P11, so that's a good performance from Quality. I know that he's been struggling a bit, so...
Thimo's driving around with no front wing.
Oh dear. Okay, so that's qualifying there. So I got exciting towards the end there. So good job to Silver. Main showing his dominance again and claiming probably the best spot on the grid for this track. And Vance on the front row, so it'll be down to the start there. Adam's
done great. Yeah, Adam's done really. He's really stepped up in these last few races, and he's like, he's always shown that he's got pace, but maybe just lacking in sometimes the consistency, or maybe a lapse in concentration and maybe lock up with it, you know, on his brakes or run off wide. And he seemed to kind of sorted that out now, and he's given us some real good, solid performances. You know, keeping his head and just delivering right to the end of the track or end of the race. But that's the first hurdle over qualifying, getting yourself in the right position. The next hurdle is turn 1, and then the third hurdle is the entire race of Monaco, because every lap, you know, anything can go wrong. Your whole race can be spoiled. I remember one time in a few seasons ago, I was running P2 or P3 in a Monaco race. Most of the people had died, and I was setting myself up for a podium from like way back, and I think there was only like 2 laps to go, and I just lost my wheel, and the game over. And that's kind of what I love about these kind of street races, like Baku and Singapore and Monaco, is that they are just so unforgiving. And one lapse in concentration and you are, well, you're not over, but pretty much you're going to take some form of damage. I don't know how you feel about them, Jeremy, or sorry, Triton, but
Oh god. No, anyway, no, to answer your question,
I was running on board with Jeremy there, that's why.
yeah, that's understandable. To answer your question, I really don't mind street circuits. There are some, I mean, I really like some of them. Like, I mean, Singapore is one of my favorite tracks. Monaco, I like driving. But then there's some like Baku where I just do not like driving them. Like, I mean, to me, Baku is just like a really oddly designed track with its like weird 90-degree turns and whatnot. I'm personally not a fan of the layout. I'm not a fan of some of the other like narrower tracks. I think it is like but they're not really street circuits, as Vinny again is having more connection issues, unfortunately. He messaged me saying his controller is acting up as well, so
yes, I had my lovely wife Kitsune come in and tell me that, and I kind of told her that Mr. Triton's telling me that, so hopefully she didn't get too grumpy at that. Mrs. Kitsune are always welcome to come and tell me information.
Yeah, I'm just his servant. I'm not his. I'm not worthy enough to tell him everything.
The tire strats, so the top 10, unsurprisingly, are all on the soft tire, but Verk, the only hard runner, that could...
Oh, yeah.
What the... on earth, there was a bit of a bug there, because it seemed like a car was driving through the other car. But, yeah, this could set up pretty nicely for Verk if there's a bit of, mayhem ahead of him. But the boys are... Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, this is looking good for some of these guys, or some of the medium runners maybe. They might actually have the grip advantage and take advantage of it. But yeah, we are lining up, as you said, and there's probably going to be some mayhem here in Monaco.
Hopefully we get a good camera.
Yeah, I'm waiting here for Vinny. I don't think Vinny's going to be able to rejoin. But here we go now.
It's not giving me a very good camera.
There we go. I have.
Got one.
Okay. Here we go then.
So the lights are going to go out. They are out, and it is a run to this very difficult turn 1. People will be going up the inside. You want to avoid this wall. Don't push anyone out wide. Let's run down the guys.
Oh, that's a good start from Smeltino there behind. He's already up into P3. Adam and the Onion Barge both missed out to him. I think there Silver gets away really, really well and avoids some of that Carnage Bance as well on his tail. Unable to do much here, but is going to try and close in on him as... Oh, they're right into the side of each other. I don't know if that's desync or not. That's Matthias and... yeah, I think that's definitely desync. Yeah, Matthias and Motocrosser are all over each other on my screen. But yeah, as Vinny, I think, is into the wall there to retire because he's having some issues. As we have a safety car already lap 1 because of that.
What?
So
while we're doing that, let's see if we can get, in terms of the position change, who has benefited. Smeltino up 2 places. He's the biggest winner. And the biggest loser would be Jeremy, down 3 places. Of course, I would ultimately Vinny would be the biggest loser because he DNF'd, but we did see throughout qualifying that he was struggling with his connection. So a safety car, I don't expect that to be out for too long. No one's taking advantage of the early pit, I don't believe. So I seen I think it may have been a Force Indy at the back, at the very beginning, who seemed to be get collected, but that might have been, no, it mustn't have been a Force Indy. It probably was Mozzie. I think it might have been a Mozzie Gaming who was collected, or I don't know what happened, but I seen him sitting in against the wall at turn 1. So the streets of Monaco are delivering as we thought. Lap 1, and we have a safety car already. I don't know, are you still there, Mr. Triton? Have I lost you? think I may have lost Mr. Triton. Never mind, we shall march on. Kuwati gets and Verk both get a 5-second penalty for severe collision. So they both get that penalty. I don't know whether that's going to be looked at by the FIA. Maybe that will get removed for one of the drivers. But a collision under the safety car is not something you would normally... What? This must be some serious desynching going on. Yeah, collision, not normally something you would see. Oh my goodness, what is going on here? These two cars are driving through each other. Serious desync issues. And it's just ridiculous just to see that. Oh my goodness! Please tell me.
I joined back. I'm sorry.
I think we're getting a migrating host. This is turning into a nightmare.
Yeah, sorry. I unfortunately had a bit of technical difficulties there with my mic, and now I see collisions in the back, and I see
Verk has got two
Silver.
5-second time penalties for collisions under the safety car, and we're getting a migrating host.
I think the game does a good job of allowing or to switch the host.
Yeah,
So I think we should still keep going.
I think so.
I'm gonna. But
Yeah, anybody is listening, don't leave the server just yet. Just stick with it and see how it goes, because everything's running fine for on my screen anyway.
Yeah, I mean the only problem I see is Motocrosser and Matthias going
Yeah,
into each other.
they're killing each other. It's like they're having a boxing match.
I think that's just the game. I mean, yeah, this is a bit of a port fest from us. Sorry guys. But Thimo gets another one.
Yeah, I seen that. Thimo ran into the back of Jeremy. I don't know what happened there, but
Yeah,
I don't know whether this.
I don't.
I
Yeah,
don't know
people
whether the
need to,
server's causing this or not, but just if you're on behind the safety car, leave a safe distance and brake a little bit earlier. So this is if everyone sticks by this and the race carries on, migrating host gets solved, safety car comes in, then the hard and the medium runners will be well suited. Oh, safety car in this lap, so I am gonna run up with Silver and Bance.
So let's see now. Yeah, I'm trying to make sure this works out. Because I want to see what happens to Silver's car, if it's okay or not. But oh, okay, Bance gets a little bit sideways there.
Okay, and they are away. Silver has sunk it. Sorry, Triton, and the battle is on for P1.
Somebody goes into the pits there. I think one of the Toro Rossos. Yeah, it's Crimsonium. It's in the pits now.
So Silver is got a pretty decent getaway from Bance there, but Bance is starting to reel him in already. We've got a yellow in sector 1. I'm just going to skip through the cars here. People forgive me just as we try and gauge how close these boys are to each other. Running on board with Adam. See how they navigate this hairpin. Everything okay there?
Yeah, it's looking so far so good from some of these guys. I think what's happening though is
Motocrosser and Matthias are like carrying each other on the stream.
yeah, I think that might actually be a glitch, the migrating host, because yeah, I don't understand what's happening with these two cars. They're just all over each other, and so we're unfortunately not going to be able to gauge anything that's going on with them two, unless one of them is out of the race. But I think at the moment, I believe it's Motocrosser Matthias ahead of Motocrosser.
Yeah.
So yeah, and it's by a little bit. Okay, it's sorting itself out a bit here.
Yeah, Bance is closing that gap. It was up to about 7.7 of a second, and he's closed it down now to almost half a second. So Bance has definitely got the legs here on Silver.
Oh yeah, I can see now. Silver does have a bit of a edge on the traction. Bance is going to be a little bit slipperier, or a little bit more slippery.
Yeah.
But that should also give him a bit of an edge, because he will have a little bit more feeling in the car, I guess. Especially through Monaco, you kind of want that feeling. As his engine is over revving for me, so
It's just so difficult to overtake. I mean, I know that's a no-brainer. Everyone knows that, but it just really is. No matter how close you get to that guy, it's just so difficult to pass. And really, the only real place that you could send it is well, what, turn 1 generally is pretty much the only place. Or
There's
maybe
also,
tunnel.
yeah, after the tunnel.
Forgive me, I have a suddenly just getting a bit of hiccups, so hopefully it doesn't come across on the stream. That'd have been that lovely stew the wife made me. Thank you very much, Kitty. Je t'aime, ma chérie.
I think was it Motocrosser tried to have a look at Matthias. I can't tell what's happening, of course, because it makes it look like they're just going into each other. But
Oh yeah, but I'm running on board with them now, Motocrosser, and you can see that Matthias is right on the back of Onion Barge as well. So, yeah, it's hard to judge this because it's looking like I can't have that on the stream. It's too much. These guys
sorry about that, but yeah, Motocrosser does go ahead of him for a minute, and then it's like I don't know, like yeah, that's a bit ridiculous.
This is almost impossible to commentate on because we can't understand what's going on here. How close are these guys together? How are they seeing it on their screens?
Yeah, like my whole game is pretty much imploding at the moment. So there's them two going at it. The migrating host, Vance's engine is over revving for me, and it's just like with that safety car as well.
We have Jeremy in the background there, got a big whack of oversteer, and Thimo will try and capitalize on that, although he's still a healthy gap away from him. So all these gaps are kind of neutralizing out on each other. Oh, but we've got Tats. Tats is on the back of Verk here. Verk on the hards. Oh my goodness, Verk really got really sideways, but somehow he kept it out of the wall. Tats will go for the inside.
Yeah, Keyboard Magnuson and Tats, all three have a run on him.
Oh, Keyboard Magnuson.
Keyboard Magnuson goes. Ooh.
Yeah. Is there a real battle going on here? Sorry?
I don't know if there was there any front wing damage from any of them there. I don't think any.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I think they got away with it, but that was very close. Keyboard Magnuson's all over the back of him.
Yeah, look at the overspeed that Magnuson has on the hards on the keyboard. Oh no, he hits the back of him.
He avoids it though, I think.
No, I got on the stream. Oh, avoids any damage for sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure. These guys are going hammer and tong at the moment.
Yeah.
For any sort of track position here, Thimo trying to catch the back of Jeremy, and I'm gonna try and see what's happening here. Yeah, on board, this is pretty bad between Motocrosser and Matthias.
Yeah.
So
Wimpy gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. I was running on board with them, but I mean, it's a bit difficult for just even me watching it, but anybody in the stream as well. It just looks. Maybe people find it funny. I don't know, but I'll run on board with Motocrosser. There seems to be a little bit of a gap opened up between the two of them now. Yellow's in sector 3. Forgive me, I'm going to scan through it to see if we can find it. Nope.
yeah, what is that?
Oh, I see a bit of front wing flying there towards Bance. I wonder, did Silver get any damage? Let's see if there's any end plate. No, everything seems alright. So the game definitely does not like Monaco.
Yeah.
Because we're getting migrating hosts, we're getting people. Well, yeah. The gremlins come out at night. Looks to me there that Silver's cutting that corner, but I don't know if he's getting any warnings for it. Was we a yellow in sector 2? Oh, we got a car off in the background. What is it? It's Onion Barge.
Oh, that's Onion Barge is off. Yeah, he's gone off somewhere. He hit Matthias somewhere. So they're both off.
And then Jeremy was forced to cut the corner. So if Jeremy is recording that,
he should get removed.
Yeah, he should upload that, and that will probably get it should get removed if he was forced off track and got penalised for it. Yeah.
Yeah, Matthias has front wing damage now. Sorry to butt in there. He's so he's going to be struggling as well. Onion Barge most likely going against Maltino pits now for another set of was it soft tires? So I think did he hit the wall somewhere?
Oh my goodness! Ferk mustn't have expected that. Yeah. Thing is, some of the natural line is to run close to that wall, but you have to remember. Yeah.
They were about to go alongside into before Massenet, where it kind of doesn't really straighten itself out there, and if you kind of go side by side in there, somebody's going off. But yeah, sorry to interrupt.
No, it was just the. Oh my goodness! I have to sorry people. I have to This has been a recurring thing. Sorry to go off on one, but this has been a recurring theme that since I started streaming and started commentating, my lovely wife, Kitsune, who is a regular on the chat, you are welcome to chat away to her, she has just brought me an epic cup of tea.
Oh, what's also epic about this is probably this fight between Smeltino and Verk, who are going side by side. But we should get a shout out to Mr. Kitsune in the chat for that epic cup of tea. As yes, Smeltino. Oh, he hits the back of him there.
Yeah.
He's gotta keep this under control. It should be noted, Verk has wing damage. I think Smeltino just damaged his wing again though, off of that. If he did get a wing change just now. But yeah, he is all over the back of him on the superior tires right now. Yeah, he's got a much better run through Sandoval up through up Boravage, but I don't know if he'll be able to get a good run on him here. He doesn't.
See, even though you pit for those, much faster tires, you're still compromised because it's so difficult to pass. Now, whenever you get sent out into the middle of the pack in traffic behind people, I mean, he's got a. Oh, what's going on here? What happened there? It just looked like Keyboard Magazine drove through Smeltino. Like literally drove through his car like he wasn't there, and he now gets the position. So now Keyboard Magnus up to P9. I'm not one to bash a game, but this is definitely not looking like this is finished for online play. But Monaco anyway, because this is crazy. It's really hard to keep a track of what's going on. I mean, how much of this is genuine, what we're seeing? We're seeing more changes as, what's going on here? Do you know why this is getting really difficult to call? Wimpy just looked like... Wimpy just drove through two guys, so they're just ghosted. And we are losing Verk. Verk is having a serious issue. And he's coming into the pits. Verk's got really slowly. I don't know what's happened to him. As we are... Who are we running on board with? Inferno, Koi, and Koati. Oh, Koati's got the Rev bug. Oh, there's a move going on there. That was a bit optimistic, trying to go up the inside, but I'm going to switch off Koati because that... I think a few people have got this Rev glitch. Oh, look at this battle here. Smeltino is showing he's not here. There's just so much action happening in terms of on-track action and people ghosting and glitching going on that it's actually hard to keep track of who is where. Yellows in Sector 1, yellows in Sector 3. We've got migrating hosts flashing at the bottom of the ground, or bottom of the screen. But we have a race on, people. We have a race on. Motocrosser is in the... Bance is also in the pit setting on for a front wing change as well, so he must have had a bit of nursing some damage for the first section, or first stint. And that's going to bring him out. Oh, Motocrosser's having a very long pit stop as well. As well as Thimo. What's going on here? Is he serving a penalty? Oh my goodness, this is a very long penalty. Pit stop for Thimo. He's still waiting in the pits. And he's away. So, back to the action. So I think we may have lost Mr. Triton once again. He must be having some issues. But we're going to stick with it, people. Stick with us. It's a bit of a mayhem at the moment in terms of how the server's going and the migrating host and drivers riding on top of each other. But we're sticking with it. Okay, just a bit of an update. My lovely wife Kitsune she's basically my pit lane reporter for me. I don't know, Ted Kravitz or whatever, that's who she is for me. And she is reporting that Smeltino, his game has crashed. So unfortunately we have lost Mr. Smeltino, as we can see here in P9. Thank you for that, Kitty. Any more updates? Be sure to let me know. So let me see here. Wimpy is up sitting nicely in P6 on the hard tire. Muzzy as well in 11 laps. as well as Keyboard Magnussen. Keyboard Magnussen set himself in a nice position here. Keyboard Magnussen is never one to shy away from trying something. I mean, we often see him trying something, you know, different tire strats than everyone else, and it usually does serve him pretty well. So keep an eye on him as Adam gets a 3-second time penalty. This is to be expected. Just as we're running on board with Wimpy here, you can see here kind of where most people get the time penalties, because there's a very fine margin in terms of how far you can run onto that curb. Of course, the natural instinct for a driver is to try and take the fastest line, try and straighten the corner out. But it's very easy to get thrown out, as Inferno gets a 10-second time penalty. My goodness, this is just getting bad towards. We've got a front wing lying back there. And Coati, is he still got he still has that bug, but he's been now joined by Onion Barge, who is a fast boy, and he'll be wanting to try and get past these. As Inferno Boy does come into the pits, that must have been some of his front wing we've seen lying there. That brings Coati up into P10. Motocrosser as well on the back of this ghosted car. It should be straightforward, yeah. Drive straight through the car. Onion Barge is the closest battle we have at the moment with Coati. Coati on much older medium, so on any other track it would have been a straightforward pass, but of course this is Monaco, and we know how difficult Monaco is. So Onion Barge is going to be just, the frustration is just going to be building, trying to just do anything to get past this car of Coati's. This will be his first chance here in the under the tunnel. Oh, they're running very close to each other. I'm going to run on board with him. He's going to try and down the inside. That's a pretty tricky place to go, and he does make the move. Coati doesn't give him too much of a hard job of it. I think he kind of knew there that it wasn't really much he could do. It's very difficult defending a move like that, because there's such a fine margin in terms of success and failure. If you remember earlier on in the real Formula 1 season, whenever Leclerc was trying to recover from the back of the grid, whenever he was just having to force it, and we seen him get collected at the final chicane, or that final turn, I think it's Tabac. So it does punish even the best of the drivers. I am, of course, taking my tea here. Hopefully it's not coming across on the stream, because I'm sure the last thing anybody wants to hear is me drinking my tea. But I can't let it go to waste. Yeah, so Onion Barge is still this closest battle, as he's running almost inside. Oh, sorry, that was this Ghost of Smeltino. So say Onion Barge is on a charge at the moment, as Motocrosser is turning up the wick on Wimpy, trying to see what Wimpy is made of. How is his defense going to go? Is he going to crack Wimpy on much older hards? So if Motocrosser is going to do that, this is the place to do it. Oh, he's got a much better drive off the line, although that is to be expected on these fresher tires. Can we get a better angle on that, please? Thank you, camera. Pretty straight move from Motocrosser. Not really much Wimpy could do with that. Further up ahead, we have Matthias, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Matthias. OCR Matthias, of course, the brother of Silver, who I actually have just noticed that has dropped his OCR tag. So there may be a bit more to that, but of course we'll carry on. This is SLR, of course, as Matthias is really pushing on the back of Keyboard Magnussen. Is he going to go for a little charge? No, he thinks better of it and backs out of it. Keyboard Magnussen is, of course, on 14 lap old hards. He will be coming in soon, I would think. I haven't done much running in Monaco. It's, of course, I'm only racing in one league now, on the 2SRL, where I have been there from season 1, so I race on Sundays, so very little practice. That's why I was kind of hoping to have my wingman, Mr. Triton, who has all the info on the tactics. But Matthias is going to go for the outside. Very difficult place to take it, but he goes for the cutback on the inside. That's a lovely move. And is he going to make it stick? Oh, that was a excuse me, that was a fantastic pass by Matthias. Really committed. Made the Keyboard Magazine defend the outside, or sorry, push him into the inside, which then give a Keyboard Magazine a much tighter line into turn 1, which then naturally will throw him out to the wall. And of course, because Matthias had the wider line, he was able to cut back in, and he stretched his legs on Keyboard Magazine already. That leaves him to mount the charge on to Jeremy, who's sitting nicely in P4. So as we know, Silver qualified in P1. This is a track where you qualify P1, keep your race nice and tidy. You're on set for victory. So it's looking pretty tidy for Silver at the moment. I don't think he's got any penalties. Adam does, from my memory, he does have a penalty off about 3 seconds. So as it stands, that position is Bance's position, although it's looking like Bance may want to just be sure of it and get this move done on track. See Bance just quickly switching out to the right to give himself a bit of a tighter line. Of course, in rallying you would do that on the rallying, and the Finns are famous for what they call the Scandinavian flick. Whereas if you're approaching a corner like Bance is approaching now, a left-hander, you turn away from the corner a split second before you turn into it to kind of shift the weight. That gets the back end of the car around. It doesn't really work that well on Formula 1 cars, especially in last season's cars with the ballast set so high. If you did that, you're going to be like one of those like roundabout Ferris wheel things where you just go down spinning. Yeah, so the Scandinavian flick is of not much use here. Bance really pushing on the back of Adam here, testing what Adam has made of. Like I did say in the qualifying, Adam has really stepped up his overall racecraft and his racing ability, and you know he did have a lot of those DNFs. Oh, just as soon as I say DNF, his car vanishes off screen behind Bance. So I don't know whether that was a spectator bug, or is that a glitch or a lag freeze, but he is now in P3. Bance is now 15 seconds off the lead of Silver. Silver looking nice and proud up there in P1. Unless a complete disaster happens, I don't see him losing that. What else we've got going on further on down? We can run on board with Mr. Thimo, who is mounting a charge on P10 of Coati on his 18 lap mediums. That's pretty impressive by Coati on the 18 lap mediums. They must be, his tires must be squealing, absolutely squealing. I don't know how much longer. Oh, and he hits the wall. And he loses his bit of front wing. Now Coati needs to ask himself, how much does he want to fight this? Is he going to compromise his race even further, or is he going to give the place to Thimo? No. Oh no! Coati does lock up, misses breakers point, kind of unnerves Thimo, who locks up as well, but he gets the move done. Thimo up to P10. Oh, we have a change further up as well. Oh, it's because Onion. Who's that? Sorry, Matthias in the pits. Front wing change as well, I think, or a front wing adjustment. Excuse me. Forgive me, I can't check the chat because if I did, the screen would go black. Although I do have the screen on the background on Kitty's computer. If you bear with me, boys, I will have a wee look at the chat. We'll run on board with. Who will we run on board with? Who has not got much time? Mr. Crimsonium hasn't had much time. There we are. This is your time to shine, Mr. Crimsonium. Just checking the chat there, people. Sorry I couldn't commentate on it because I need to keep the action going as Matthias is trying to get past Quaddy. Who has he? Quaddy not pit. Quaddy still hasn't pitted for that front wing change, and Matthias gets the move done, and now he's on the back of Mr. Keyboard Magnussen, who's come out on fresh hard. So Mr. Magnussen is going to the end. Matthias is desperately trying to find an angle somewhere, but he's going to have to be patient because there's no positions here coming up. Oh, I think Matthias dropped it down into neutral there. A little lapse in his concentration there, and that's give Keeper Magnussen a bit of breathing space. I think the chat they're going on about how it's a tragédie, which of course is French. Jeudi is Thursday. Lundi, mardi, mercredi, jeudi, vendredi. No, that's not right. Lundi, mardi, mercredi, jeudi, vendredi, samedi, dimanche. See, I was listening to Kitty when she was teaching me mon français. Mon français. Anyway. Not much is happening on track at the moment. But the closest battle we have at the moment is...
Oh, sorry.
Oh! Here he is?
I've had many technical difficulties. I'm so it's not only the stream, unfortunately, or the game. But yeah, I'm trying to join back in. Sorry, everyone. Sorry.
It's alright. I was holding the fort. I'm used to talking to myself. They say talking to yourself is the first sign of madness, but I think I went mad a long time ago. But yeah, you haven't missed. Yeah.
I was gonna say if I had a voice like that, then yeah, I'd be talking to myself all the time as well.
No, I think I have a kind of a voice like Mr. Chief. Mr. Chief won't mind me saying this, but Mr. Chief's got a very dull kind of. All right, there, guys. How's it going? Kind of like a real, like, chill out kind of voice, you know. Oh, Matthias gets it really wrong on the final corner, the final two corners, and he nearly just wiped out Keyboard Magnussen. Oh, we've got Thimo.
Yeah, so fun fact: the game is showing up lap 1. No, never mind. I was gonna say game is showing up lap 1 for me. So. Well,
no, if it is showing. If it is showing lap 1 for anyone else, I can assure you that it is actually lap 24. And we are running on board with Thimo.
It's showing up now.
We are running on board with Thimo, who is on the back of Wimpy with his 21 lap old hards. So Thimo, just be patient enough. He's got a bit of breathing space behind him. Keeper Magnussen is about just under 4 seconds away. So Wimpy will be coming in, I would expect, soon. For the...
Oh yeah, he is.
Wonder will he be coming in for the mediums? Yeah, I don't think he could come in for the softs.
If he goes a few more laps, I don't think those hard tires are necessarily dead. Ooh, he gets a little bit sideways there. Thimo is kind of getting a little bit held up here. And he seems to have a lot more pace on the pressure compound. But yeah, no, the mediums would most likely be able to go a bit, the hards would be able to go a little bit more than that, because I'm
by
pretty
25
sure on like lap 10. Yeah, 50 or 22 laps. I would say maybe they could go about 25, 27 laps maybe.
Oh, really? You think they could go that long in 27?
Yeah, they are really durable on this track. Like the mediums, you can one stop on. So I am 100% certain he can get those hards going, or a little bit more.
Well, but in saying that though, he's still not going to be able to finish on them.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. He's gonna. Or actually, he did make a pit stop earlier. So I don't know what tires he started on. I think he started on mediums. Because I believe Burke was the only one who started on the hards. So he might be going to the end here.
But you're really seeing here Thimo is like struggling to not only pass him, but in some sections he's actually struggling to keep up with him, up with Wimpy.
Yeah, it's I think Timo's playing it safe, because
Yeah, but he's played it
so
too
far I
safe
don't think
because he's played it too safe,
Oh yeah, Matthias
Triton,
is right
because
behind.
Matthias is now on the back of him, and Matthias is not going to be as, um, would you say, hesitant as Thimo. Thimo is very careful. He wants to make sure he passes you with absolute no contact whatsoever, which of course is what we want. But you sometimes have to send it. And
Another interesting note here, sorry to
yeah,
interrupt you, Timo, is
yeah.
that Silver's about to lap all 3 of them.
Wow.
So, yeah, he's right
Oh,
behind them.
so
So
he is.
they're all gonna get blue flagged right now. So,
Well, you would think
yeah,
that
they've gotta
Matthias
move.
will move for him being his brother, but it looks like Matthias wants to. Yep, there's the move
Yeah,
being
he's
done.
moved now. Yeah, Matthias moves. So
So
Matthias moves, and then yeah.
So this is the thing. This can actually work. I've talked to people about this many times before. This is a thing, a tactic that really works. Okay, if Matthias can keep on the back off, are we gonna see it? On.
Timo moved already.
Yeah.
And he keeps. I think he calculated that to stay ahead of Matthias. So
Yeah, done it
that's
well. Because I
really
was just
smart, but
gonna.
now he's gonna have to make something work here.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Oh yeah, there it is.
The move's done, but Thimo may capitalize on this.
Oh, but no, he's not, because Matthias is actually going to get the run on him. He's going to get a little bit of substitution. Timo up the inside there. They're going to go too wide there. Matthias hits the wall, but keeps going on, and there you go. Yeah, he gets past Timo, though.
Yeah, that's what. Excuse me. That's what I was saying. Thimo is just a bit hesitant sometimes on his passes, and he needs to get, he needs to really bully a driver, really harass them, be right all over them. Oh, Thimo, he missed his break point.
Timo, a little bit too much.
Yeah.
A little bit too much on the, into that corner there. But Matthias is going to be harassing Wimpy through these last corners now. You can see already how much grip he has and how much raw traction he has out of that corner. And he might be able to make a move up the inside here. Wimpy, that was a little bit of a late move. A little bit late. And he
gets a
actually
3
ended up cutting
second
the
time
corner
penalty.
because of it. So, yeah, now Matthias has a better run through to back. And Wimpy's going to have to just back out of this. It's very narrow in Monaco. Not easy to overtake at all. But Matthias showing you that it is possible. But
You just have to have a bit of.
Very hard to do is again, Thimo. Thimo goes into the back of him again. Sorry.
Yeah, whilst you were offline fixing your connection, I was talking about a thing the Scandinavians talk about in rallying called the Scandinavian flick, whereby just before the corner comes, they would turn opposite direction of it and then flick the corner in. Well, they also talk about a thing called, I think I'm correct for pronouncing this correctly. Any off the finish people watching maybe can correct me, but I think it's called Sisu. I think it's called Sisu or Sifu, something like that there, which basically means courage. And that's kind of what you need in Monaco. You need a bit of that Sisu or Sifu courage to really just have confidence in the car.
I'm sure Keyboard Magazine can tell you. I believe he's Finnish, so
I'm sure there's a few Finnish boys
I think
watching.
that's the right. Yeah, I remember that.
I think I remember hearing Mika Hakkinen talking about it one time, the Sisu, which means courage. And that's what you need in Monaco.
I think Valtteri Bottas also. Yeah, Valtteri Bottas was also talking about that in the beginning of the season.
Did you know Bottas was in the Finnish army?
He was.
Just a random
is it
fact.
mandatory?
I don't know. Just a fun fact for anybody, but
As Mr. Dead Pixel.
That was a bit of I think I was just more because he's got his controller, kind of, it's a bit twitchy. See, that's sometimes what's difficult passing people with joypads, is they're a bit twitchy and you don't know whether they're moving under the line or they're just trying to keep their car corrected.
Yeah, but I'm looking.
Yeah.
Looking here at the Red Bull team here, both running 3rd and 4th right now. Adam, as we mentioned,
he's got
Timo
6
gets
seconds.
a penalty, so I think that's enough though to still be ahead of Wimpy. I'm not too sure, but yeah, Adam and Jeremy, P3 and P4. Ooh, Jeremy hits the wall with his rear wheel, but that's the one you want to be hitting the wall with, is the rear wheel, I think, and very slightly that too. But they're in a very good position here, and they might actually get some really good constructors points out of this. So they're both driving very well.
Well, they desperately need the points because, I mean, they've had quite a lot of DNFs in the start of the season. So if any team needs
Yeah,
a bit of
especially
points on the
Australia, I
board, is
remember.
it's Red Bull. They need these two boys grinding it because they're both very fast. You know, Jeremy and Adam are pretty accomplished. You know, they know how to drive these cars and they are quick. They actually have a really good team if they can just get it together. As we've seen,
I think they've done that though. That's the thing. Jeremy's been like, I think when we interviewed him in Bahrain, he was talking about how he's been just like kind of taking it easier. As Keyboard Magnuson has a look up the inside of Thimo into Mirabeau, and now through the hairpin they're wheel banging a bit, and he hits the wall in the hairpin, and now trying to kind of shovel his way through. Timo's not giving him that room. He's entitled to the road here. Down the inside he goes into Portier, into the tunnel now. Keyboard Magnuson might have better traction there. They wheel bang a bit. Timo's missing some front wing now as Wimpy hits the wall too out of the tunnel, so he's definitely lost some wing as well. So now it's all taking off here. Sorry, but
it's all right.
Wow. Okay. Yeah,
You can just see you can just see in the background of that picture that there is another McLaren coming, going to lap them as well. So Bance and Silver really are on another level from the rest of the field at the moment. But I did, yeah.
20 seconds ahead.
I did say earlier on in the stream that Thimo is gonna have to do something with Wimpy because that 3 second kind of safety net from Keyboard Magnuson has well and truly shut, and he is now on the back of him. So Thimo is gonna have to force something here. As Wimpy is, as you
He's got 8 laps to do so. Wimpy gets a lesser run out of the casino square, but then Thimo doesn't actually get anything out of it, unfortunately for him, and he's just gonna have to hang back again. Again, they make contact as Thimo hits the wall again. He might be missing a lot more front wing now, actually, but yeah, Bance is right behind them now, so they're gonna have to all move again in a minute here.
Well, Wimpy's bound to be coming into the pits anytime. I can see the blue flags already flashing up. Thimo cuts that corner. He's going to get another time penalty. He needs to watch that.
Keyboard Magnuson moves. So
I'm running on board with Bance here.
That's one down for Ben. Yeah, I would think Thimo should probably do. I don't think Bance is under any major pressure because he's got an 8-second gap. Yeah, okay, there. Thimo lets him through there very wisely. I think he might actually, yeah, he's gonna have DRS and slipstream off his teammate, and then Wimpy's gonna have to move in a minute here as well. So
yeah, that was a good bit of teamwork.
Up a bit, misses the wall. So now, yeah, if Wimpy has to move out in an odd spot here, then Bance should be good. Or to hold him up a bit, and then Thimo might actually get the move down here as he sends it up the inside when he's in the space, and yeah, unfortunately Thimo does not also actually benefit too much from that. He does get a bit, I guess, but it's like at the same time not really much. We got yellows in the second sector as well.
Yeah,
now.
I'm just scanning through quickly to see if I can find it.
Gone now.
So Silver's coming to lap Inferno
much,
Koi. Inferno Koi gets well out of the way.
Here Thimo has a look down the inside there, but he scares Wimpy again, and he gets another penalty. I've noticed that Thimo has a look down the inside of Wimpy, and Wimpy's getting really frightened, forgetting that he is in Monaco, so he doesn't really have much to worry about, and just ends up going off into the and cutting a Nouvelle every single time. So Thimo, I think, has picked up on this and is doing that on purpose, maybe. So, which is, I guess, fair strat.
Oh yeah.
But it could also result in Wimpy making it. I mean, in terms of causing somebody to cut a corner and get a penalty, that is probably fair, in my opinion. In fact, it's most definitely fair in my opinion because you're. Jeremy. Oh no, Jeremy's gone to the pits. So Jeremy's gone off somewhere. Yeah, he's missing front wing. So that's a lot of points just gone there potentially because Onion Barge is probably gonna get past now. Where's Onion Barge? Yeah, he's coming around Anthony Nose right now. Jeremy's got it going, but
yeah,
he might actually. Yeah, he's gonna miss out. He's gonna lose out on P.
Timo's really stepping up the pressure. Sorry, Triton. He's really forcing him now because those tires must be dead, and this is really gonna sacrifice. Timo's gonna suffer from this because Keyboard Magnuson is behind him with fresher tires. So,
Oh, Keyboard Magnuson
he's
has a
gonna
look
go
as
for
well.
it.
Timo. Oh no!
These boys are
Oh,
starting to
there's
panic.
contact there. Timo, yeah, he's not gonna overtake him there. That's polite of Timo, but Keyboard Magnuson gets past him too now, so. And yeah, he's got a lot of wing damage, I think now. He is understeering like crazy through some of these corners. Oh dear. But yeah, there's back to Jeremy. There is some benefit to this. He hits the wall again and he spun. Oh dear. So I was gonna say there might have been some benefit to that, but yeah, he's backwards now and he's gonna probably, yeah, Matthias is gonna come over and overtake him, and Silver's gonna lap him, and I don't know what's happening here. He's stuck in neutral. He's gotta wait, I think, for a gap. Or he's trying not to get disqualified. Yeah, his wing's gone completely again now. Yeah, this was looking so good for Jeremy, and it's just kind of falling apart now.
This
Because
is
now
not
he's
gonna.
probably gonna lose out to all three of these guys.
And then this is just gonna demotivate Jeremy even more. Yeah, there you are. See.
Oh yeah, he's just gone. He's just going into the wall. Yeah. That's. I don't know what to say, man. That's really unfortunate. As Adam is now lapping this trio. He's got past Keyboard Magnuson and Timo. Now he's gonna have to go after Wimpy, and
See,
hopefully
the problem
keep
is
it clean here because for his team.
the problem is there has been penalties handed out in SLR for people retiring, without a valid reason. And if a safety car comes out now due to that, that may be flagged up
I don't
on the
think the safety
FIA.
car's coming out now anymore.
No.
Yeah, he got a little bit lucky. We don't we encourage people to try their best to finish each race, but I mean, we are lenient in some cases. We do understand things happen, but I mean, yeah, it is really unfortunate. I really do feel for Jeremy there. He was doing so well, and then he made one error, and that was pretty much it, and then kind of fell apart. Silver gets a time penalty, which
It's not going to affect
is probably not going to matter in the slightest.
But I mean, it's like I was saying earlier on. Whenever I was saying about a few seasons ago in S2 SRL, whenever I was on for a podium in Monaco, when it was only like 3 or 4 laps to go, and I just clipped the wall, just clipped the wall, and I lost my wheel. And I mean, 39 laps is a lot of laps to do in Monaco, and to get to almost to the end, and then your car dies on you through a wee mistake. I mean, it really is soul destroying. So Jeremy will be feeling that one because he was on for some good points because the Red Bull team does desperately need them. But this battle with Wimpy, Magnuson, and Thimo has been raging on. Oh, they're getting the blue flags. Who's the blue flag for? They're getting blue flags. I don't know who they're getting the blue flag for.
I think it's for a motocrosser now, potentially, or no. I think that's for somebody else, maybe. Oh, it's Crimsonium getting it for motocrosser, I think.
Yes.
And I'm not really sure. Not entirely sure what's happened, as that's Inferno Koi off into the barriers at Casino Square, and he looks to be out of it there.
But he keeps it going though.
Now, yeah.
That's like we were saying. That's what we like to see. Just try. Even if you are gonna finish last, just keep going. Never give up.
You get a benefit from keeping on going. I mean, it gets frustrating. I mean, I'm guilty of it too. Like in, I think, 2S Australia, the game didn't even change my front wing after I got hit by somebody, and I was just like, all right, forget it, and I just retired when I could have just gone in again. And I was like, and there was a safety car too.
Yeah.
So it was like I wasted my time essentially, like I wasted a potential good result by just not doing that. So you're never out of it until it's over. So that's also something to note too. But you also get experience. I mean, you just driving. It's always good practice. I mean, and that's always something to look forward to. As I think Motocrosser is lapping. Now Motocrosser is the one lapping this trio, and now this is Keyboard Magnuson's teammate. So let's see if he can help his teammate out here as well. I'm not too sure what's going to be happening there.
But this
runs a little bit wide there.
But this is a bit of good, a little bit of info for us, Triton, as we're watching this. We can see, how far you can get in these tires for whenever we are racing. So we're getting the kind of an advantage.
Oh yes.
because like we're seeing Wimpy's doing 34 laps in the hards. Although, yes, he's doing 34 laps in the hards,
They're most
but
likely dead.
yeah, but how
Oh, he's gone
competitive?
wide. Oh, and he's hit the wall. Oh, and he takes Keyboard Magnuson with him nearly, and
Yeah.
Thimo gets past now too. So that's
Oh, and he
pretty
hits
frustrating.
Motocrosser!
He hits. Wimpy hits Motocrosser.
Oh no!
And he. Oh no! Oh dear.
Oh
Wimpy
my
hits
goodness!
Motocrosser. He's off. He's lost wing. That is not. Oh no. Okay. That. Yeah. Now he's.
Oh, don't cut across
Keyboard
Timur
goes
Magnuson!
inside of him.
Oh my goodness!
Oh no! What's happening?
The Ferrari is a hazard on track. This is my. Oh, an
Oh
Inferno
my
coin blocks
goodness.
up and hits
What
squish.
just happened? What is happening? Oh dear. Okay. So
Holy
for starters,
smokes.
that is not okay of Wimpy. That was a really severe incident for Wimpy. He took out a lapped car. He needed to move out of the way, and he completely just took Motocrosser out. He's gonna keep going on without a front wing, so he's definitely Onion Barge is just gonna get past him too. Because there's only 2 laps, he won't want to pit, so he's gonna keep it going, I think. But this is dangerous. He might actually end up not finishing at all. So that is. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say this now, but that's really insane from Wimpy. As Matthias pits now for that, I think he's gonna go for the fastest lap.
Well, see, I was gonna say there that we are able to see Wimpy on 35 lap old tires. Whether how competitive they are remains to be seen. But at some point, a car with those badly worn tires just becomes a hazard on track. As you can see, he's got no grip. He's got no turn-ins, no grip for the corners. He can't brake without locking up. He has become this car has become a hazard now on track, as Motocrosser and a few others have already seen.
Did you happen to catch that on camera? Just so
Yes, I'm pretty sure it's on the stream. The tail end of it.
Okay. Okay, because I think Motocrosser is not going to be happy with that now. Keyboard Magnuson finally has a run now on Thimo, not on Thimo, on Wimpy with the DRS there, and but Wimpy goes into the side of him and puts him in the wall again. And yeah, like you said, this is just becoming a hazard, I think. But this is the last lap of the race for these guys.
It gets to the point when you can't control the car.
Yeah, now, but meanwhile, I'm riding on board with Silver here as he very slowly is coming across the line here.
A bit of a troll in here.
I mean,
go on, Bance.
he can do that, but he's gonna. Vance might actually claim this if he's not careful enough. Okay, no, there we go. There we go.
Yeah, because
So
he's forgetting.
Silver across the line to win.
He's forgetting that he has a time penalty.
Yeah, Vance is. Yeah, how much did Vance gain? Yeah, Vance, he just nearly lost that race.
Yeah, he nearly
lost that
did.
race right there. Yeah, and Adam with a very impressive P4, P3, I believe. Yes.
Yeah, P3 because
even with penalties, I think he's good enough. Yeah,
with penalties, I think he'd be all right.
So well done to Adam. Onion Barge, yeah, as well makes it work. As Motocrossers limping without a front wing across the line. That could have been much worse. That could have been a lot worse. So
big time.
He's gonna keep. Yeah, he's gonna definitely keep P5 or P6 at least, I think, because Matthias is not gonna catch him, I don't think. So Matthias probably shouldn't have pit in the end there, unless he gets his fastest lap right now. So we'll see. That's good points for the constructors for Racing Point, though. So I believe he'll be the last one besides Meltino to cross the line. So let's see. I'm in shock at that last bit of the race.
So am I.
So does he get it though? Yeah, Matthias does get the fastest lap, so he gets that extra point. So good job to him. So it worked out. So wow, I wish I didn't have to miss half this race. I am really upset, but hopefully I didn't miss too much.
No, during the middle of the race there wasn't much action, but all the action kicked off there in those last few laps, as you would expect in Monaco, although from reasons that we would rather not see. But action is action. These things happen. Live racing. But I think it's a great drive by Adam, getting the Red Bull, more points for the Red Bull, because like I said, they desperately need the points. So that's 2 podiums now for the Red Bull drivers. One's for Jeremy and now one for Adam.
So let's see the rundown here. Okay, so Keyboard Magnuson in the end doesn't get ahead of Wimpy. I don't know what the full rundown was in terms of the gap there. Thimo does end up losing out to Crimsonium. I think so. I think that was off of penalties. Yeah, because Timo had 3 penalties. And Motocrosser does hang on, thankfully for his sake, to P5. He only lost 1 position off of that. But I mean, nonetheless, that's very frustrating for him. So,
Well, Silver will hold on
wow,
to
we
his
have.
lead. Silver holds on to his lead in the constructors, or sorry, in the title, because he was started this race on 85 points, and he's just added another 25 to him. The guy in second place was Onion with 68, and in third place was Matthias with 66. But that's going to change because closely on their heels in fourth was Bance, and I think Bance is actually going to jump Matthias and Onion, and I think Silver and Bance will probably be 1 and 2 in the drivers, what do you call it, standings as well. So game on. The guy to catch at the moment is Silver, but the battle for P2 is really heating up big time.
Yeah, I'm writing here to Matthias. I'm gonna actually, I'm trying to console him a bit. He's not happy with his results too much. I think he did okay. It's Monaco. I know the struggle of Monaco. I'm probably not gonna finish this weekend. If I just keep it out of the wall, hopefully, that's my goal. But yeah. Anyways, we're gonna get some.
I have
people here to interview.
my interview screen up. It's just a big the big space picture because I'm a bit of a space freak, and I haven't got anything better really. So interviews. Who do you think, Mr. Triton?
I think we should get Mr. Adam and Mr. Bond. I think are that bands. So let's see. As soon as they join in, we're gonna get Silver in right now. So we'll move Silver here, and here he is, our SLR Tier 2 Season 2, Round 6 Monaco Grand Prix winner, to make it sound very, very official.
And current
Mr.
championship
OCR
leader.
Oh yes.
Yeah, hello.
Hold on, let me get this sorted. Okay, there we go. So I will let you start off the interview, Mr. Tipsy.
Oh.
No. Okay.
Mr. Silver. How was that race?
Yeah.
How did that go for you? A bit boring, maybe?
First of all, the qualifying.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't boring at all. First, the qualifying, I did a lap 1:10.6. I made a few mistakes, and I was like, I'm just gonna do one more lap because I didn't want to spend a lot of tires. But then I drove out of the pit lane with 5 minutes left, and I just drove my front wing off. So I was going all in for the pit lane and hope I could do one more lap. So I went into the pits, and I think I was the last one who started the lap. And yeah, it was actually a great lap. So that was it. And the race, I was so scared for Bands at the beginning. He was pushing me very hard. At the little bit back end release at the beginning of the race, was searching for grip. But then I think he made contact with the wall. I made a few seconds, and then the pit lane came, and then I had like 10 seconds. But then there was a blue flag, and then I was scared because last season in 2SRL, somebody drove me off in the race. So I was a little bit scared, but I need to say it was pretty clean for everyone.
But did you know, Silver, that you were going, the way you were going slow across the line? Did you know that Bance almost got you because of the time penalties?
Yeah, I know. I was saying to Matthias, come on, push, because Bance was already there and I had a 3 seconds time penalty. But I almost crossed the finish line when he crossed me, so yeah.
But you commanded the race from pretty much the lights out. You started on pole, and you sadly we didn't get much coverage of you on the stream because you were just way at the front. Just lapping up one lap after lap. But I mean, it was really a commanding win, or a convincing win for yourself to strengthen your your hold and your grip on that first place spot in the standings?
Yeah, I think Bance is doing well as well. He's not that far behind. I think a few weeks ago, he was pushing me as well. So it's pretty close between us.
Yeah.
I hope for more battles.
Well, like I said, you started this race in P1 already on the standings with 85 points, so you add another 25 to that. Onion and Matthias were the two closest to you in second and third, but I think with these results, I think Bance may be just in P2 now, chasing you, so it's looking like you're going to have to fight Bance all the way to this title.
Yeah, I think it's not over yet. There are a
Oh,
lot
yeah.
of circuits. I'm not that good as here, so it's gonna be close.
Yeah, I just have on the screen on the stream at the moment the calendar. The next race is round 7 in Canada. I do know Bance is actually pretty tasty in Canada, so I think you're in for a pretty good race.
Enough to. Oh,
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 yeah,
sorry,
I
sorry.
think that's gonna be his race. I'm not that bad at Canada, but yeah, the race pace isn't as good as I hoped.
well,
Okay.
congratulations on the win, Silver, and thanks for joining us for the interview. I guess we will move
Yeah,
on
no
to
problem.
although I just quickly want to say to Silva,
yeah.
the short time it took you to drop the assist and win again, like the pace you had was ridiculous. Like, good job on you. I could not get close to you there. Really,
Yeah, today I used the assist again. To be honest, I was a little bit scared for Monaco, so yeah, I did the assist back on to be sure. But if it is another circuit like Canada, I will try again with no assists.
Well, all I would say about that would be fair play to you, Silver, for admitting it, because there are people out there who would claim they're not using assists when they are. So I mean, respect for you admitting to it. It's no shame in it. People are allowed to use it in tier 2. So there's no shame in it.
Yeah, I was a little bit scared with the walls around me, so
Yeah. But Mr. Bance,
Mhm.
for a second there I thought you had pole until Silver stole it from you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't earn that one.
But
So
I thought I was surprised with I was surprised with the pace or the lap the second lap because the third lap because I thought you were improving and we know how quick you are here, so the pace
I
was
had a
really
really
good.
good lap poked up, and then I finished it, and I'm like, I must have gotten a bad exits, and I was in rich fuel mix, so I am really done. I think the gap was like 2 or 3 tenths anyway, so I don't think I don't know if that would have even made the difference, but I'm a bit retarded. I don't know why I do stuff like that, but yeah.
no,
You
but you
still had
mean
drove a really solid race, honestly.
yeah.
Silver was in a league of his own, but so are you in a sense. Like you both were just gone from the rest of the field, so
Silver, were
you
you
gotta hand
first
it.
the entire race?
Yeah.
no.
I think he
After the pit
was.
lane, Matthias was in front of me, but yeah, he didn't hold me up, so.
Oh, bastard! You should have. I came out the pits. I had to fix my wing because I'm not very good at driving apparently, so I took it off.
Yeah, so the
you put
McLaren
it
guys.
straight.
I had to overtake 3 cars, I think, to get back
You
into
put it
second.
straight in. You put it straight into the wall. Then you was holding me up.
Me?
But no, don't matter. Carry on.
Hey, what?
Oh, where did you put it in? Carry on. Don't matter.
I don't think I put it in the wall anyway. I just strafed the wall and it dinked my wing.
Okay.
It
But
wasn't completely broken. I just fixed it because I know, like, if I was gonna get close to Silva, I wasn't gonna be able to overtake with the damage because of the locking on the tires. It's
yeah.
when you have a broken wing or like even like a tapped wing, it's kind of hard not to lock up when you try and brake late. You can't really do it. At least I can't. Maybe it's just me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I used the special overtake button on you, didn't I?
You came
Anyways,
out behind me.
So, moving to Mr. Adam, that was another solid result from you.
Thank
Much
you.
like Baku. How was it for you? How was the race for you?
Pretty much nothing went wrong. P3 on the podium, so I'm tight that because that's pretty much my first podium in SLR and out of Monaco to do it. So, not really. Apart from couldn't have gone any better.
Well, that's good. Yeah, we were talking about it, but there's been a lot of improvement from your part, especially I mean in the beginning of the season. I remember, I think you got taken out a couple times, or like in Australia, and you had issues in Bahrain, but you've recovered
Yeah,
very well from those and are doing very well. And Tipsy and I have been noticing it. And
thank you.
yeah. So,
Much
anyways,
appreciated.
yeah,
He's
I
a legend.
believe that'll be it. Yes, honestly. I believe that brings us to driver of the day now, Tipsy.
Ooh.
I
Wow.
unfortunately, because I disconnected for that long period, and I didn't have much of a sight on it, unfortunately. Do you have any, or do you have any?
It's a hard one.
Anyone in mind?
It's hard one to call because I mean Silver just qualified pole and pretty much just led from the start, and then Bance as well qualified second and stayed second.
I vote Silva, to be honest. Just interject real quick. I don't think he made mistakes, so
Yeah, if I can say anything, Matthias was struggling the whole race behind some guys. He had to pit twice because of front wing damage, because of the crashes in front of him. And he still finished P6, I think, so he did a great job as well.
But also Onion Barge. I think he had there was some kind of incident where he got collected and he was last and had to work his way
I
back up.
think he clipped his rear, didn't he?
Yeah, something
And,
happened and he ended up last, and then he finished P4, which is also another mega
To be
performance.
fair, I said
Yeah.
sorry to like interrupt, but yeah, he was on a controller as. So.
He was on
yeah,
a controller.
from
What? Sorry.
last to- He was on a controller all race.
Yeah.
Around
Yeah, Onion
Monaco.
Barge. Yeah, Onion Barge. I believe. Wait, he was last place at one point, right?
Yeah, he was last. Yeah. He finished P4.
So, yeah, I mean, I didn't see much of him, but from what I understand, a lot of people did see, and I'm okay with giving him driver of the day. I think. My other choice would be Silver, because of how well he did, or Bance because of how well they both did, and this being Monaco.
It's a hard one to decide because I agree with everyone. I agree Silver deserves it from just dominating from the start. I agree Bance should get it as well because he did finish P2, had a lot of pace, and he had no assists. And Monaco was tricky, with no assists. Onion Barge, from wherever he qualified to go last back up to P4, and then Matthias as well. I mean, I couldn't. I don't know. What do you think? What's the consensus what's the consensus in this current channel? What's everyone saying?
It's very impressive.
Everyone's saying
Onion.
everyone's saying Onion Barge or Bance.
Yeah, Onion or Bance.
I mean,
I think
So-
Onion makes sense.
So if you,
I think Onion would make sense because it's Monaco. It's hard to recover in general. Like,
yeah,
season one of SLR, Hugo started on pole position, but then hit the wall when he was battling with Sergios, and was in last place, and he recovered all the way to P2. So I mean,
well, I think
it's hard enough to do. It's a very similar case. Like both of these are like similar drives in that sense, and it's an incredible thing to do in Monaco, because I mean, I would never be able to do that even, because like if once I was gone, I'd be gone essentially. Like
Well,
that would be it.
I think then the only way we could sum it up would be off the four drivers we've mentioned in terms of Bance, Silver, Matthias, and Onion. Silver led from the start on pole, and he didn't make any mistakes, and he drove it to the end, so that warrants driver of the day. Bance also did the same thing, but
Yeah.
won no assists, which warrants driver of the day. And then Onion had disaster. It went from the back up to P4. He had to pass everyone, all those people, navigate the traffic on a controller. And then, of course, the same thing for Matthias. And the only difference between them is that Onion finished higher. So when you take those four, who did the more difficult thing? And it's kind of, to me, comes across that Onion did the most difficult thing, to go from last to P4 in Monaco on the
Yeah.
controller. So I think for that, everyone is an honourable mention, but I think Onion should get it.
Yeah, I agree with that. Onion did very well. So I think, do we have input from the almighty Mr. Kitsune as well? I believe, but yeah, I think that means that since it's Tipsy and I's final say, I think Onion Barge is our driver of the day with that. So
I have
yeah.
I have we have an absolute legend on the Discord, Mr. Dead Pixel, who is really quick of getting the standing set up, and I don't have enough time to switch it over to the stream, but I can call it out now. The top three previously to this race, before this race started, Silver was first on 85 points, Onion was second with 68 points, and Matthias was third with 66 points. But after today's results, Silver is first, as nothing changed there, but on 110 points. Onion Barge stays second on 80 points, and Matthias is third place in 75. So no change there. The only change I think would be Bance has gone up to P4 on 65 points. So that's second, third, and fourth is really heating up. And providing Silver doesn't make any mistakes, if he misses a race or gets a DNF, that title is still blown wide open. So those top four guys, Bance, Silver, Matthias, and Onion, any four of those could win it. But as it stands, Silver is the man to beat, and he was the man, a standout racer today. He is on a bit of a roll at the moment. He got a first in Baku, a first in Spain, and he's now on a first in Monaco. So he is the form driver at the moment, but I think we're all agreed that our driver of the day, difficult pick of it was, but it is Mr. Onion Barge. So unless anyone else has anything else to add to that? No.
I don't think anyone does. No. I mean, yeah, it was an incredible drive. It was so hard to choose this one though. So, shout outs to everyone we said, or to everyone we mentioned. But yeah, that pretty much wraps it up, I think.
Yeah. So just before we wrap it up, I'm gonna stick the calendar back on the screen for everyone. I'll just remove my little profile picture of my little rabbit. There we are. There you are. There is the calendar, should be on screen. As everyone can see, we have gone through Australia, Bahrain, China, Azerbaijan, Spain, and today Monaco. We are spoiled for the next 3 races in August. Canada, France, and Austria, 3 mega races. Of course, all the calendar after that, you know, we've got Canada, then France, then Austria, then Great Britain, then Germany, Hungary, Belgium, Spa, Singapore. I mean,
Silverstone.
Absolute mega races coming up, and anything can happen in those races, as we all know. So we are in for an absolute treat in the coming few weeks in SLR Tier 2. But that wraps up the race for today. But tune in tomorrow. Tomorrow we have the Formula 2 race, where it should be me hosting the stream, and I think I might be joined by Mr. Kevin Magnussen himself. That would be Popo Gamer. However, what would you call this? Breaking news, potential breaking news. I was doing a bit of practice races with Mr. OceanChief, kind of getting him, giving him a bit of practice as well on Spain. And I was starting to fall in love with the Formula 2 races. And I know that there's a free seat available, so I'm kind of contemplating whether I might sign up just for tomorrow for the race, which may mean someone else might have to host. But that's just kind of floating in the air at the moment. Nothing's decided on that. But after that, on Saturday, will be the lovely voice of Mr. Terra Incognito on our very own nut job, that is Thimo, with his screams. I think everyone loves his screaming. They will be joining everyone on the commentary box for Monaco again, Tier 1, with the heavyweights in Monaco, yes. And then on Sunday, if everyone will tune in to the 2 SRL race, also in Monaco, I think everything is pretty connected in all the races, where they can witness me and Bance race, hopefully, and we should keep our grip on that P1 in the constructors as we are pushing forward for a back-to-back constructors title. I think we're leading nicely in the top with 91 points. So, I mean, there's a bit of action for all weekend. If everyone wants to tune in, just a summary. Tomorrow, Formula 2, SLR. Saturday, Tier 1, SLR. And then on Sunday, 2 SRL race in Monaco. So that's everyone up to speed on the action. And if Mr. Triton, have you anything you would like to add before we sign off?
I don't think I do, but sorry again for the technical difficulties. Thank you, Tipsy, for running the stream and bearing with it and everything, and bearing with me.
It's been an absolute pleasure.
I think that's a +10 sex appeal, but
Can
anyways.
I get any more? I mean, it's oozing.
At this point, you're pretty much invincible. But anyways,
I think
that's pretty much it from me. I think
that's pretty much that's from me too. So I will sign off with an au revoir. See you later, people.